Hello. Hello, everybody. I am continuing work on a question. I just realized the music is kind of loud. I'm gonna make the music a little quieter. Tell me if you guys can hear me. Okay. Usually have one ear in, one ear out. Hi, welcome, Squishable Moon. Welcome to the stream. I am working on this commission. We just finished. Well, I finished the line art last week, and so now I gotta work on the coloring. I do think I'm gonna mess with that like open sign first because I want it to be I want it to look good and to kind of know which vibe the drawing is going towards. Let's see. See how we started messing around with it. I didn't like this typeface. I'm gonna do a different typeface. I love Pinu, but I don't think it fits in this situation. Let me look at the reference again. I'll open recent ref. Quicksand ref. Here we go. Look at this picture. This is kind of a... looks like a sans serif font. It looks kind of like handwriting. There might be a certain typeface that would work well with that, that I remember if I have it. I think it starts with a D. I can't remember what it's called. D. I don't even have one that starts with a D, so I guess it's only on, like, other programs. We'll find something that works. I'm gonna zoom in while I do this, so we can get a look at the... We don't have to make it fit until we choose the typeface. We're not doing Comic Sans, of course. A lot of options here. I almost feel like the serif fonts look better, but I don't want to... I want to be consistent with the reference. There's something like handwriting, maybe? Helvetica's too boring. And we're gonna try to make it look a little, like, worn a little bit. Ooh, hex. That's a fun typeface. I should use that at some point. Lots of goofy ones. All classes. Let me... Handwritten, yeah, let's organize it. Not Chiller. Not Comic Sans. That... I don't like how that looks. No... That might be looking the most like what we are referencing. I don't like that it is, it looks italicized. Let me look back at the reference again. Maybe I can make it less italicized. No, I'm not feeling this typeface. I think it looks too, italicized. How do I reverse italicize something? Yeah, let's look at different things. Let's see, we looked at the handwritten ones. How about we look at the... We look at... Slab serif? No, that's not it. Sorry for the boring, typeface side quest. Oh, you guys can't even see that window. That is disappointing. I'm looking through typefaces. You can just see what I have, what I have on the side, but I'm looking at the script fonts now. Look at all the ones here. Maybe not a script font, maybe a monospace font? No. Let's look at sans serif. I know we want it to be sans serif, so that's a good place to start, I guess. Doesn't look too bad. Airs bold. Keep looking. We could just like have a rougher looking bold font, like a font that just looks a little looser, but is still bold. That would be ideal. Because all these look really clean, and I don't want it to look clean. I want to look at like it was kind of painted on there as a little haphazardly. Oh yeah, and for anybody just coming in now, I do have a new honey jar system for commissions, donations, subscriptions, everything. All three of those, commissions, subscriptions, and donations, they go towards the honey jar goal. So if you buy $20 commissions, that fills the honey jar. And if you fill the honey jar, you get a free sticker, and we also do a raffle for a free sticker. So the person who fills the honey jar gets a sticker, but also we do a giveaway for a for a random sticker giveaway. You know, I'm just really not feeling these. I kind of want to go back to Pinu, not gonna lie. Pinu. Maybe I can play around with Pinu a little bit. No, that's not Pinu. Go back to Pinu. Okay, so there's Pinu. Let's see if we can play around with this. We're gonna use the warping text tool. Well, it might not need to be warped very much. We might just change the kerning a little bit. Take another look at the reference. $120 might have been a little too much. Maybe not 120, 110 maybe? We're just making the bottom part a little thicker, so it lines up with the quicksand, or the quick and sand kind of line up with each other. I'm also going to make this centered. And then we're going to rotate it. I think that looks okay. I mean, we can mess around with it to make it make it look like it was more drawn on. But I'm not against it. I think the Q needs to be adjusted though. The Q needs to be it needs to have a smaller like space that it fills up, because the U feels separated far from the Q. Yeah, I think that helps some. And then we'll make this 101. Yeah, I think that helps some. Very minor change, but worth it, I think. Now we're listening to the Time Tripper OST. because Time Tripper, the successor to that, is coming out soon, and I wanted to give a re-listen to this album. I am wanting to look back at the sketch real quick. There's a layer missing that I can't see. The whole sketch is very low opacity right now. Okay, I guess I just didn't really have a line there. I feel like we're missing something here. Group 5 copy. It looks like it's... Oh, we gotta hide the line art, maybe. Okay, I guess I didn't have anything drawn there. For some reason it was just looking a little unnatural. There will be some clothing folds right in this area where the middle of Jamwick's body, the character on the bottom is Sir Jamwick. That area will be shaded some. But today we're going to work on coloring, and I'd like to get the coloring done in a couple of sittings, maybe 1 or 2 sittings. So we'll try to get that done. It shouldn't be too hard. The line art's pretty clean, doesn't have any gaps in it, so we should be able to fill it up pretty quickly. Let's see. So we have our reference sheet. Sir Jamwick doesn't have a reference sheet. I'll start with Themis, or sorry, Lalula. I'll start with Lalula. We'll start on the top. We'll start by making a layer for the color. And every layer is going to have a layer mask. Every color is going to have its own layer mask. So let's just start easy with this. Let's see, did I draw lines to differentiate it? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm going to start... Well, let's first throw down a different background layer, because white's not going to be a helpful color if we have anything white. I'll change it to a purple, because I don't think we're going to have much purple in this drawing. I do have to do the background, though. That is a good thing to remember. The background will have to be painted. It won't be too hard. Let's just draw a color from the background, then. We'll just edit. We'll make a new layer. Yeah, we can have brown as the background. Alright. Let's just start with the white of her coat. Sorry, my phone is buzzing. I need to turn that off. I want my phone on a little bit just in case my partner calls me, but because she is out doing something right now. Okay. Just want to make sure she can access me. Let's choose all the areas, and the tolerance is at 50. Usually what I do is I select every area, and then I will expand a little bit. There are probably better ways to do this, or more efficient ways at least. There's nothing wrong with the way I do it. But I just like to have a little bit of wiggle room with my mask layers. Let's see, are her socks white? That's a good question. They don't show up as... Look at this reference. I mean, this is uncolored, so I do not know. If I had to figure, I would make them white and gold as well. So I'm going to make them white. Then I'm going to select mod... Oh, it's a wrong thing. select, modify, expand. I'm gonna expand by about 3 pixels. And I don't know if my sensitivity was off or not, so I'm gonna look very closely at these and make sure they look good. I'm not feeling a whole lot of wiggle room with these sharper edges, but it looks like it's enough. It looks like it's enough. I think I might change the tolerance for next time, but this looks like it's working. Yeah, we're past those corner bits, so that's really what we want. All these corners, we want it to be filling the entire colored area. And then instead of taking this and coloring it, we're going to create a layer mask. And that layer mask can go on a different layer later, but right now we're just going to choose that color, the color for that outfit. Did I just not include a guy? Oh, yeah, here it is. Main apparel. Now this drawing is going to be soft shaded, so that will be fun to do later. I'm really excited to do the shading. Right now, though, we just do the flat coloring, and the shading will go on top of it. This is different from my paintings, my painting strategy. With painting, my technique is more so just throw colors down as you go and paint them on, and blend as many fun colors as you want. This is going to be a little cleaner than that, because it's just going to be like... The shading will be like monotone usually, and it will be a multiply layer on the color. That's a very easy way to do it. Probably the simplest way to do shading. But I'm doing that because that was the type of shading requested by Ref the Commissioner. And it's fine. It's a good thing to do. Alright, so we got that white. I actually want to real quick make a layer mask for the entire color layer. For the entire color for the characters, that is. Not for the background, but for the characters. And that includes the sign as well. So I'm going to select the outside. I'm going to select outside of the entire area. And any area where there isn't something there... See, is there anything? Yeah, we got here. We got here. I would figure that. Let's see. This arguably could be something else. This could be either a rope area. I don't think the rope would go that far. We'll see how it looks. We'll select it and just see how it looks. But it has to make sense in my brain to go well. This little sliver of space is not colored. Oh wait, no, that's... Yeah, no, that's behind her tail, yeah. And then that's him, yeah. Not part of the sleeve. Are there any other areas? Yes, there were. Over here, this little spot, and we're doing a negative selection. We're selecting everything that isn't colored, isn't colored, part of the background. And then what we're gonna do is select, modify. You know, I really want to change that so you can see what I'm doing. Now let me check real quick. Let me try this. And go over... This should go below this. Okay, yeah, I think I have the right thing here. Let me turn this off and then move this into the right place. I think it has a crop on it that's a little messed up. Yeah, here we go. I want to show you guys actually what I'm doing here so you can see all the windows. Here, we can have the whole thing there. Yeah, that'll be fun. Let's lock it. Yep. You can see most of what I'm doing. Let me actually scoot it a little bit. Yeah, you can see that a little better. Okay, cool. Now you can actually see the windows because I'm displaying the whole window. I'm always a little nervous doing that, like I'll accidentally pull up like my stream key or something on my monitor, but I have two monitors, so we shouldn't have an issue here. So I selected everything that was not part of the colored. Select, modify, expand. I'm going to expand by 3. You could do that with contract or expand, either one works. Then I'm going to invert it, or inverting it. And then I'm going to press the mask button where... You can't see the mask button. Oh well. I'm going to press the mask button for this layer. So now, if I want to color on this layer at all, if I want to color on any layer that's in this group, I will stay within the lines. And that's how you make sure you stay within the lines. You can also utilize clipping groups. I used to use clipping groups, but I prefer layer masks. They're a little more versatile and a little more flexible, and they work better with different transparency and such. So I prefer using layer masks. And the program I'm using right now is Photoshop, by the way. Not a huge fan of Adobe, but it is what I know how to use, so I'm using it. Okay, so we got the white of the clothing. Why don't we do the gold next, since we're already on the clothing? I'll just choose the deep gold color. And we will select every part that is gold. That would be the ribbon of the hat, the collars and cuffs of the sleeve, the scarf kind of thing, the hem for this as well. Yeah, that's her arm, so we did the hem here and here as well. And then we can fill it with the gold color and very quickly have everything fixed. And so we do see some areas that are not perfect. Oh, we forgot a bit. We forgot some areas. I'm going to hide this. We're going to add... Yeah, that's gold. The strap is brown. The strappy button thingies are brown. Okay, yeah, we can add that. And to add to the layer mask, you just need to fill it with white. White means it's there, black means it's not. There we go. Yeah, it fills it with the color we need. I am going to go and clean this up a little bit, because it isn't perfect with the selection tool. Just because I have different line weights. If all the lines were the same weight, then it wouldn't be a problem. But I use a lot of different line weights. And that is part of what I like about my art style, is that I'm very dynamic with the line weight, and I have a lot of fun with it. Let's see, is this filled in? Just making sure. I think it was already filled in. Hey Ref, we're adding the color. I think this part would be that color too. I may expand it by 2 instead this time. I'm starting to go over the lines on some places. Alright, get that down. Yeah, I see some places where I went over the lines. Let me fix that. It's just because the lines are quite thin in that area. And so it went over. Check the other side. Yeah, I can see it going over in some places. Not a problem, though. My nose is itchy today. It's like, it feels like it's being tickled or something. I don't think there would have been any other spots that it would have gone over. Maybe over here, though? No. Right here. Oh, I didn't color that all the way. Let's just fill that with white. Alright. A little bit here. Here. Yeah, I'll do 2 on the next one just to not be as likely to go over. That's already filled in. Okay. Another layer. Let's select. Let's do her skin. Or at least the first color of her skin. I'm gonna turn the tolerance up a little bit, maybe 100. It might be too much. We'll see. I'm just gonna do everything the same shade of green right now, but we'll go back over it and do all the details for her underbelly and hands and such. It's not working. That might be too high of a tolerance. Try 85. Trying to select this. That is weird. I'm just gonna select it like this then. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill that little area in, I see. First, let's just get all these areas of skin covered up. I'm sure she doesn't have a tail sticking out. I wonder if we should add that. Well, it has rather short, so maybe it's just behind her. Because it might add a bit of clutter to the drawing that we don't want. Wait, why do I have the entire outside selected? I guess my tolerance was too high. Why would it have done that? Oh, I see another spot that make me unhappy. where's the spot I was thinking about? Over here. Go back to selecting the green areas. Okay, this is really bugging me. This one little thing is doing. I guess we'll go back to tolerance 50. I think it's because the background is so dark. I actually don't know why it's doing that. That is very strange. Is it doing multi-point? 3x3 average. Oh, it's supposed to be point sample. Yep, that's the wrong setting. You'll probably go back up on the tolerance. Was not the issue. I'll also have to color in her, pants. The tail is a little bit longer as a young adult, though. I kind of want to make this background just temporarily a different color. Something with more contrast. Okay, that'll hurt my eyes if I do it that right. That'll work. I need to not hit this microphone so much. Oops, keep hitting it with my pen. And when I erase on the mask layers, we don't want to erase like the color layer. We want to erase the actual mask. So we're not changing how much color is on this layer, we're actually just changing the mask. That's important. Yeah, changing the color showed me some things that I needed to fix. But why isn't it working? That's strange. I'm on the right layer. Oh, it's from the main mask, not from the... Yeah, error with the main mask. That's completely reasonable. I see what's happening. Let me look around and just kind of... Maybe I'll just put this... Fix... Put another layer here. Fill it with a lighter color. What? Actually, I'll make it blue. Erase here. I feel like there might need to be another line there. I'm just kind of like... I love this track. The uncertain outcome every time, and barely get by. I try to pity, please take my word. Just wanna vocalize some thoughts. If I could get your input, it would mean the world. Let's get the process started. I'm pouring out. Lost Beacon! Oh, it is stuck on Lost Beacon. Okay. Sorry, I think I minimized the window on accident. There we go. Listening to the Time Tripper album. Oh, I see an area I missed too. Okay, but is this all her hair? Looks like it. I'm not trying to struggle. Edit, fill. There we go. See a spot I need to fix. Oh, yep, there's a piece missing with her skin as well. And then I know what I'm about. I'll do it on my own. Okay, we need to go back to this layer. Get black to erase the mask. Yeah, the contrasting colors really help you see where you've messed up. Where you messed up is a little too critical of a word. I mean, it's just, you know, using a fill tool can have its limitations. I do think some programs have, like, newer programs that I'm not familiar with have a better, like, ability to tell what's supposed to be filled and what's not supposed to be filled. But I use just dumb old Photoshop. There might be a better way to do it in Photoshop too. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this layer. Fill that. And moving the microphone because I keep hitting it. Let's do the brown. And I like to fill the entire layer because when we look at my little layers down here, which you can only see a couple of, having it fully colored is a better, easier visual for me to use than having it partially colored. Because you can see, like, because it basically shows a little thumbnail of the entire layer. And if it's not fully, if it's just like a little bit of it colored in, I'm like, I have no idea what layer that is. I guess I could label them, but I can tell which one's which right now, and so I don't need to label it. Okay, I'm going to do this part. That horns, yes, the horns color. Hi William, welcome to the stream. I'm working on this commission some more. I have to go back and get that other part of her lip. But we got her teeth here. That, edit, fill. It's Shift F5, so cancel. Wait. Okay, here we go. Let me get in the habit of doing Shift F5. I love doing the little keyboard shortcuts. I feel so powerful when I use them. And alt codes too. Even though I only have like one alt code memorized. Alt 0151 is the M dash. Love the M dash. Very versatile piece of punctuation. I'm just feeling very conflicted about this part over here. Because doesn't it look like she should have... It looks like she should have a line for her arm. Not a big line or... It's like if we imagine it's going like that, yeah. I'm gonna add that just because I think that is it makes a little bit more sense rather than her arm just not being visible. We'll fill that in on the color layer. Well, how is everybody's week going so far? I know we're just kicking it off on Monday. I had a doctor's appointment today. I got my Botox treatment, which, if you're not aware, is not just for cosmetic purposes. It can also be a migraine medicine for preventing chronic migraines, which is why I got Botox. So they poked me in like 31 spots on the head and neck. It hurt a little bit, but I've done it before, so nothing new. I had a bit of a migraine, like a cluster of days that were migraine depression days, like recently, and those were very hard. You know, when it comes to depression, it's easy to think, oh, this is just a mood thing, I can just power through it, but depression is not just a mood thing, it is like your brain not functioning properly. And for me, that means sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, not because I'm like sad, but because it just my body makes me very sleepy, and that's part of my depressive swings. I'm sleeping too much. And I noticed like maybe 3 or 4 days in, oh, that's what's happening here. I'm having a depressive swing. I have bipolar, so this isn't unheard of for me. But it was just very annoying at the time because this is the first time I'm living with my girlfriend now, and this was the first one, like a first depressive swing that she's like been around for. So she was very concerned about me, and I didn't know how to explain it because sometimes I just don't realize fast enough what's happening. And so I was just really down. Let me go back to the green layer. But I'm feeling better now. Feeling a lot better now. It's the same color. Use that dark green inside. Now, I never colored her tongue here. I feel like her tongue... I don't know what color her tongue would be. Ref, do you have any preference for her tongue color? It could be the same color as the inside of her mouth. For reference, it would look like that. Like... I'm gonna label this layer just so I can get back to it later. Let's do her eyes. Color in the whites of her eyes. Oh wait, let's go back to this layer, the green layer, dark green layer. Fill in those nostrils. With that dark green, I think that is an appropriate color for that. In this case, because I am coloring an area to be, like, I'm coloring an area that is not defined by the line art. Because of that, I'm going to color with a normal brush, and then I'm going to, instead of creating a layer mask from a selection, I'm going to create a layer mask from what is present on that layer at the time. Just getting something rough down. I'll probably adjust it in a second. Let's look at the reference. Yeah, it just kind of goes straight from the here to... I think it's a little bit too wide open here. Don't want it to be too much because it could make her look a little zany. I don't want her to look zany. Because she is squinting just the tiniest amount. Okay. Now I gotta do the irises and pupils. Oh, yes. Layer mask from transparency. That's how you do that. And it will automatically fill it, but I will go back and fill it myself just for peace of mind, to know that it is fully colored with the whites of the eye color. We do not color the part that's showing through the hair, as we just define those lines for cartoony clarification. I don't know. The expression, you can see it better if the eyebrows aren't obstructed by the hair completely. So we just have those lines kind of shining through. And that helps with the visibility of everything. We also did that on Themis as well. Jamwick didn't need anything because he doesn't have hair. Oh, the poor cucumber, or the poor tomato. He can't dance. And Larry, I'm thinking about VeggieTales right now. Where is Larry's hairbrush? He doesn't even have any hair, but he wants to know where his hairbrush is. You know, it's funny, VeggieTales, like, there's supposed to be like Christian messaging in that show. But what I learned is that water buffaloes exist. And that Burger Bell closes at 10. That's all I've learned. I don't know what else I'm supposed to learn. I just learned the silly songs. Alright, let's do those eyes. This will be easy enough. Oh, there is a spot here that is not filled in. That is easy to miss. Because I did it by hand, that's where that hat came from. Okay, let's select these irises. Wait, are the irises and pupils different colors? Yes, they are. Okay. I'm just going to do the irises then. Let me select that. Do the layer mask. Let me select that color. I could have this reference opened on the side, but I'm just kind of going back and forth between it because this isn't... I like having the full screen to look at the commission. There we go. Nice light blue color. Kind of interesting seeing our pupils that color with how the blues look together. But that will not be the final color. We will go back to this blue color. I'm not going to do a full black because this image is a little closer up than the reference sheet, because the reference view 100%. This is the reference sheet. The reference sheet had black pupils. Now, her pupils are going to be black in this, but there is going to be shading in this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them just a little bit lighter than black. I'm going to make them actually a very, very dark blue. Not a very saturated blue, but just a very dark blue. And I'm going to use that. That is almost a little too dark. Let's do a little lighter. Yeah, that's better. And we'll do the layer mask from transparency. I just kind of already did it. Layer mask from transparency. You know, I started offering... Oh. Here's what we filled. I started offering Photoshop art tutoring classes, not really courses, they're just single tutoring sessions. And whenever you start to do something in a professional way, or especially teaching somebody something, you just get imposter syndrome. You're like, oh man, I have this fear every time I teach a student, and these students are like middle school grade. These are like 12 to 14 year olds, and I still have that little thing inside my head that's just like, hey, what if this 12-year-old knows more Photoshop than you? What if they surpass you and you don't know how to even teach them anymore? And then I talk with them and they're like, how do I download Photoshop? I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I had one student where, like, I had kind of prepared for step 1, which was, like, drawing in Photoshop, but it really needed to be prepared for step 0, which was getting the Photoshop subscription, apparently, which that's kind of funny to me that the kid was doing it on his own. It's fun to teach drawing furry art. It's interesting because there's been two main categories of the classes that I've been offering online, and those are like entomology, because I'm an entomology graduate, and also so entomology or furry art. Art is kind of involved in all the classes, but furry stuff. The entomology stuff, it feels more important, but the furry art is more marketable, it seems. People are like, OMG, a furry. My kid would love that. Entomology seems to be a harder sell. Maybe if I offered more to, like, high schoolers, but I don't have experience teaching high school, so I don't know yet. I'm, like, playing with this a little bit just to make it look the way I want it to look. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Okay, do I have anything else on... We do have to color in the body. I'm just gonna get the flats down first for everybody, because that will look a little better in my opinion, just to visually be able to see all the flats. What is going on there? Why is there blue there? Oh, wait. No, why is there blue there? That is very strange. Oh, I guess the green just wasn't there. I guess it makes sense. I'm excited to shade this piece. I think that'll be the most fun part. Let's sort of shoot for Themis. I'm going to take all of these layers that I have just made, hold down Shift, okay, tap the first layer, then hold down Shift, tap the last layer, put it in a folder, enable this folder, Alula. We got that. Yay! We got the coloring for Lula. We are going to go back and add the body. You see how she has the like underbelly and hands and stuff. We're gonna go back and do that. That's at a point, but right now we're just going to finish the flats for everybody else. Starting with Themis. Let's make a group called Themis. I will start with layers for her skin. It's not right. There we go, here. Some spots in between. I actually think we could go with a higher tolerance here because we're using the blue. That is not a valid tolerance. 100 is a good tolerance. 1009, not quite. Get her fingers. Arm. Arm. Her toes. Get her thighs. Vector reference. Draw the color of her skin. Edit. Fill. We might be going through the midis of the album. I think I will play something else now. How about Marine Robot Brain not Blast Off Turbo?
My name is Pendleton Ward, and you are listening to this special CD. 2019.
It's the same. Indeed they are. Alright, let's do... I'll do her hair. Actually, no, I'll do her clothes. Let's do the dark part of the clothes first. And now I'm actually going to put it on the side so I can view it while I am working. This. The shorts, I didn't draw the shorts. I should draw the shorts. Back to the line art. Yeah, so with the painting of the size, it's no surprise that I've missed some things. I think they'd be around, like, right here. It's actually going to be in the Jamwick layers, apparently. Here we go. What is happening here? It's not letting me draw in that layer. But I'm not sure why. Am I selecting something? Yes, I was selecting something. Alright. Alright, there we go. Back to Themis. Let's actually select some of these areas and remove the color from here. Man, is it really already 5? Wow. Okay, uncolored those. Now we have the shorts available to color. Okay, we're gonna do the dark clothing. So her shorts, which are right here, here, here. Remember, they have the gold trim, so I'm not coloring that part. The gloves. The neck area.
Alert!
Oh, I didn't expand it. We do the rest of the horns. Here. Fill in the horns. I missed a place on her skin, Mr. Tail. I will have to go back for that. Doesn't look very dark in this lighting, but I think some shading will be a difference there. Make the difference there. Let's go back and do the tail. I realize her tail has some details that I should add. Similar to her horns. May go back and add that, but I don't know if I want it to be. Maybe I should do it in there.
This is Houston, go ahead.
I almost feel like the drawing would look better if she just didn't have her tail at all in the picture, in the frame.
Get up.
Yeah, I see another spot. Yeah, the tail thing is just bugging me. I think it messes up the entire balance of the composition. Here, let me. Okay. I'm going to hide this layer, and I'm going to hide the. Go back to the line art. Let's find the tail in the line art. Okay, it actually is on the thymus layers. I want to assume it's towards the bottom. What? Where is it then? It is in the Jammic layers. I must have missed it. There it is. Oh, I put this all together. Let's duplicate the layer, hide one of them, and I'm going to go and remove the tail. I can't get over my feelings for this tail. It is just not right. It looks much more balanced without the tail, I think. I would like to hear what Ref thinks about this, but for now I'm just going to use my own discretion. Hey Ref, this tail is bugging me. It kind of messes up the entire composition of the drawing. So I'm testing out what it would look like without the tail. Because I feel like it passively could just be behind them. And that's already what's happening with Lalula's tail. I just think it was messing up the composition. Like, especially when I look back at the reference. Like, the reference... And the tail isn't really interacting much with Jamwick in a way that would make it, like, visually interesting to keep around. I kind of think it just looks better without the tail. I don't even know if the sketch had the tail. I feel like it was just kind of haphazard. It did have the tail, but I just don't like it. Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay, cool. Good call then. Yeah, I think the, you know, being able to have it more symmetrical is good, and that's what it'll look more symmetrical without the tail. So I will just select that area of the mask and make it not visible. And I will fix the mask for the whole thing. Comes out looking much cleaner that way. Okay, so let's go back to the full one. Let's turn that blue layer back on, and... Okay. Yeah. That's better. Okay, back to Themis. Let's do the gold of her clothing. Actually, the purple. Let's do the purple first. Too bad it's too late for me to have any more coffee. I really want another cup. I try to cut myself off at 5 p.m. and it's 5:17 here, so... No more coffee for Russell. Actually, the inside of the skirt is a little different. Oh, I need to color the socks too. Got the socks. So, any other purple bits? I don't think so. Oh, I did miss a spot. Okay, back to the dark purple. Gotta color in those socks. I really like how the wrinkles in the fabric came out with the socks.
Bam, bam. Drop the beat. Bam, bam.
Oh, I gotta fill in the purple in between these little things. I'm gonna actually color those, the line art on those so they stand out. And then the rims of this. Wait.
Drop the beat.
Right about now, it's time to rock with the Biggity Buck Bumble, y'all. Okay, I see this line here. This teeny, tiny, little thing that's bugging me. Oh, I see two things that bug me. I gotta fix it. Gotta fix it, gotta fix it. Ah! Okay. It's in the jamwork layers. It's his arm. There we go. Just erase. Oh. Just erase that. That's fine. Let's also go back to the color of the dark purple and fix those little spots that are missing from those sharp angles. I definitely see that this color is gonna need a lot of little, like, some definition made with the line art. Probably some white line art over the, like, on the edges of the black line art to make it pop. That white or some other light color.
the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, 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 bump to the boot, to the boot, to the boot, boot, bump to the bass, to the bass, bass, bass.
The purple. Just gonna fill in these areas with purple. I'm going to go ahead and find those little, whatchamacallit, what are they called? Pins, latches, clasp? I feel like clasp is the correct word here. Let's go to the class, let's find that clasp layer. Did I label it? I did not label it. Poor Russell, not labeling his layers, he needs to do that. Here we go.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity bop bambo. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity bop bambo. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity bop bambo.
Applying the layer mask here, and then I'm going to select the clasps, and I'm going to make a layer underneath the clasp. I'm going to use the stroke tool, I'm going to center it, I'm going to make the width 4 pixels. There, now I have a outline for that. Perfect. Very similar to how it was done in the reference, I believe. Alright, scanning up and down. Let's do the gradient for the inner parts of the running over a cord here. The inner parts of her clothing, I want to do that. Actually, let's do her hair first. Her hair is just kind of sitting there, not done. Time to do my hair.
Should be embarrassed, but I'm not. I'm sure I should feel stupid, but I'm not. Gonna grab my brush and paint the town. I've got the
And
shut it down. I'm sure I should be embarrassed, but I'm not. I'm sure I should feel stupid, but I'm gonna grab my brush and paint the town. I've got the binary shredded down.
Okay, let's see if we missed any spots, because there is quite a lot of fine detail on the hair. And I see we did go over a little bit. Let's fix that. Oh, we missed a spot too. Oh, and her hair tie would also be that dark purple, so we'll go back and change that in a second. Just for sanity, for peace of mind, I'm going to select all this and just fill it with white. That is the wrong button. I meant to fill it with white. Edit, fill. Okay. Now we need to go back and see if we got this in any weird spots. Oh, I see, that must be the full line art. I mean, the, mask for the color, for all the color. Can fix that. Let's go back to that purple and do the hair tie. Let me look closer at it. Which purple is it? Okay, it's actually a different purple than both of these, so it's its own purple. Okay. So this is yeah, it's a little darker. I made that just lump that with the other purple layer because, not a big deal. Yeah, I think I will. Though, it would be easier just to do it this way, faster. Yeah, let's just... Hello? What's it doing? What? What's happening here? Oh, it's the other layer. It's on top of it. I'm gonna just to make sure my girlfriend doesn't need me. Wait. Okay, now let's go do the, that inside of the clothing. I'll actually separate this into 2 layers, because the gradient is easiest done on its own layer each, and then I can merge them together.
2 minutes before actual time. Mark.
Okay, gradient.
1 minute before actual time. Mark. 1 minute before actual time. Stand by. 30 seconds before actual time. Mark. 30 seconds before actual time. 15 seconds before actual time. Stand by.
It be claimed by certain practitioners in Venice that maladies of the brain be oft times alleviated by boring with an auger several apertures of goodly size through the bone of the skull.
Ow, my feet hurt.
There we go. I totally made it. Where did it go? I'm not asking for opacity. I don't understand this tool. I'm not choosing opacity. What? What is it doing? I just want to do a gradient. A gradient, please.
Chimpanzees is hating, but I take it all in stride. Hood are in a jungle with bananas on the side. Told you they'd revive your career, but somebody lied. I ain't talking poultry when I say this chicken's fried.
Okay, but where does it go when I make it? Right now it's still stuck on the rainbow. I don't want the rainbow. I want the gradient that I just made. This seems really dumb. And now it's not letting me see what I need to see for it. Yeah, I will figure this out. It is just very confusing for me right now. And anytime I make it, it just disappears. I'm very confused. It's making me go crazy. Where are we going? We're going crazy. Okay, now it's not even selecting the color I need. Select these. It's selecting opacity. I don't know why it's selecting opacity. I'm losing it right now. Oh wait, now it's working. Okay. I just had to do it in a completely janky way. Might do it radial. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll do the skirt. Okay. I'm gonna select this part, the sash sort of. Oh, that's the same sort of. So I'll make a share layer. Do it by one pixel this time instead of two, because those lines are quite thin. Now I can do the rope.
I could stare into your eyes, get lost in you during the sunrise. I'll hold my hand up to the air and know that you'll always be there.
I breathe out, I breathe in, the power flickers, and the screen goes dim.
Your paws, your ears, your nose, my tears. You're so fucking cute. Your paws, your ears, your nose, my tears. You're so fucking cute.
Most of this is just another like peace of mind thing, just covering these lines up. Don't really have to do it, but it makes me feel a little better about filling it in with all of those lines there. Be your enemy. Don't let your energy be your enemy. I'm actually going to go back to here. Back to Lalula. And go to that tongue layer. And make it match with Themis's tongue. It already matches. Okay. Sounds good to me. Back to details of Themis.
Though the heart be still as loving, though the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul outwears its breast. And the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself must rest.
When this drawing, it uses the dark green. I think I need to diverge just a little bit. I think it would look better with the darker color. What color did I use? Just to be consistent with both of them. What color did I use for Alula? I used that color.
Xavier, this is Captain Troy. I have you on scanner and locked for destroy. Troy, you're a very intelligent young man, but you're hopelessly obedient to a dumb as futile plan. Infiltrating Earth and advancing her technology isn't futile. It's our only hope of survival. Keep him talking, Troy. We're gaining on him. You're a dreamer and I'm a warrior. Goodbye, Troy. Xavier, if you try to pass into time, I'll be forced to fire. You're too late.
Let's do Themis's eyes. I love this transition here in the song. Yeah, my girlfriend has been getting me into Magic the Gathering. It's been a lot of fun. She printed out a deck with a bunch of proxies last night, and it was insane. It's a deck with a bunch of squirrels, creates squirrels, and sacrifices squirrels.
He stood on the east side of the
Here, Castleman. Small farming community. Do 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 do. In southeastern Ontario. Stood on the east side. Ah, that looks like all I need for Themis. Now for Jamwick it'll be a little different because we do not have a ref sheet, but we can work with this, no worries. Make a layer for him. Jamwick. I'll start with that bright red coat because that's just the color that pops out the most to me. Oh lord, that's too vivid. Let's adjust it. You may adjust that more down the line, but that looks good for now. I look at it without the magenta background. Yeah. Looks reasonable. I think the shading will help a lot. Here, it selected some of the it selected some of the horn. I don't really know why. Because it is not contiguous. Maybe the tolerance is just really high. Anyways, it doesn't matter that much. So I will select expand. I wanted to do it. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna select all of these areas so that they also get filled in with the white. There's a bug flying around my room. What? Oh yeah, that's the end of the album. I will put something else on. Oh, I did forget part of the coat there. Oh well, I will go fix it in a second. Let me fix that area that I missed with the coat. My poor tablet is so flashing and stuff. I really hope it doesn't give out on me before this commission's over. If completed. I was nervous earlier today because I was having some technical difficulties, but it turns out I just didn't have one thing plugged in. I was like, oh no, has my tablet given up forever? Thankfully not. Not today. We live another day. I did miss a spot for those too. Wait. Go back to that, right here. So the horns. Like gently raining today. Maybe I have to turn down the tolerance to get this to work. Yeah, because it thinks there's a gap in it. In all the little spots that it might have missed. I'm gonna make another layer. We're gonna go for like a slightly darker version of the color that his. We're gonna do the inside of the mouth kind of similar color as his horns, because I think that's like more of the tone. The Yeah, part of why I'm having to do this is because the tolerance was too low. Forgot to change it before I started selecting. Adjust that a little bit. Mess with the colors a little bit more before I settle on Jamwick. So I'm gonna hide that while I color in the eyes. Make them a slightly different color. I don't want it to look like there's no actual eye there. I want there to be a slight difference. Let's see if there's any places that I missed. I'm gonna tweak that red again. I need to do the underbelly and such. I may save that for next session. Because we got the basic thoughts. Let me get this wooden sign filled in with something. I do think I will be able to meet the goal of taking only up to 2 sessions to do the basic colors. I think it'll take 1.5 sessions just so we can do the underbelly and markings and stuff. But I will do the sign real quick. I'll do the sign. Put that on top of everything. I will have to paint the background as well, so I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that next session. Next session I will do the underbelly, kind of markings and stuff, and I will do the background painting, and then next step will be shading. And I'm not sure if shading will start that session or the next session, but we're getting there. Okay. Sign, that sign. Oh, wait, that's supposed to be a group. Where did I put the line art for the sign? Oh, the sign is its own layer. I'm gonna hide the words. Dark brown. I did not select the color I needed. We will color in. We'll make that look more like wood next drawing session. But for now, we got the flats down, and I think that looks good. And we'll do the details for the color next session, and then the shading will follow that. But I think we're at a good place right now. View 100%. Here we can cut this back in here. Oh, I gotta do Themis's nails as well. Those. Gotta make sure we get all those details done. Alright, let's find somebody to raid. I think this is a good place to stop. Been going for about 2.5 hours now. Let's see who we can raid. Alright, we could raid... somebody... We can raid Ari Boops, maybe. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. I'm gonna turn the music down.
And is saved by Nakaharu. So I'm like, huh. And now that I'm thinking about it, I need to give Kyo a foil, which could possibly help me figure out Kyo's character better.
Alright, let me first send the raid message. Please throw some bees in the chat when you get there. Let's see if we can raid this person.
So what is
Alright, we're gonna raid Ari Boops.
organization? Is it some kind of like...
I'm gonna copy those bees in the chat. Thank you to everybody who's come by today, watch me with this progress on this commission. I hope to see you again later this week, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, been a lot of good progress. Alright, y'all have a good week. I hope something makes you smile this week. Alright, let's raid. Bye!
Or maybe...
I don't know what exactly like your style is, but whoa, hi, oh my god, hello, oh Jesus Christ. Hi Bicca.